Hey guys, it's Ben again for Nerf Mods for Dummies. Today we're looking at the Mega Cycloneshock. This bastard created a lot of interest when it first came out, being a 6-shot Mega. Only previous to that was the Centurion that done 6 shots, and the Magnus done 3. So yeah, it's created quite a lot of hype. It is comfortable to use and good to use. And let's get it apart and have a look at it. This one is one that you're going to need to take pictures of too, because it is complicated. Let's go. What I also need with this too is you need a small screwdriver, which is that one there, for this one little screw in here. It is painful to get out. My one is more painful than normal. There we go. Obviously put the right size one in it. Okay, let's get that one undone, the rest of the slide undone. I've always preferred the Magnus over this, even though the Magnus does only carry 3 shots. But if you're like me, you have a 6-shot Magnus. I've got a Centurion mag integrated into the bottom part of the Magnus, so it actually holds 6 shots now. But this is out of the box. This is fantastic, and it is an easy and cheap spring upgrade as well. The spring I got for this one is a 8 kilo Stampede spring, which I got through Blastertech, www.blastertech.com.au. It is available also through Orange Modworks, which is www.omw.com. Now just watch on these, because some of these have printed looking screws on the inside, so make sure you don't try to unscrew a bit of feature that's on the shell. It is basically a bigger version of the strong arm, in the 6-shot rotational mechanism, and the internals are strangely similar too. What I'll do, I'm going to pull it apart, give them a pry. You can also use a 5 kilo Elite spring, which is your one for your Retaliator, Rampage, Elite Alpha Trooper, etc. If you do not have a Stampede spring, like I said, they are readily available through Blastertech or Orange Modworks. They're not your most popular springs too, because they don't have a lot of uses, so they should normally be in stock with whoever you're going through. Make sure the screws are undone, which they're not. I don't know why they print fake screws on here for you to unscrew it. Anyway. First time I've seen one of these was Rob from Southern Brisbane Nerf Club. He had one. He actually imported it direct from China before it hit the shelves. He beat all the reviewers out for it, and I was impressed by it then, and I still am a bit now. Okay, so first up, you've got to take all your pictures. This trigger mechanism's moved out, so let's get straight back in. And one thing I've noticed with experience with these, this little white piece here tends to drop out or move when you're replacing. It does move around a bit, so just keep an eye on that, because that is painful. If it doesn't go in right, it won't prime. Okay, so let's get this out. Get your plunger tube out, and everything's coming out at the same time, which is just fantastic. There we go. And that we can put back on later, but that spring catches onto that, which is your return for your slide. This is probably one of the more complicated of spring removals that I can show you, just because of all this internal stuff in here. Alright, this is another one like the Fire Strike, a knife winder where you can unscrew the end. You don't need to wind it on. Just need to hold on your screwdriver though. Okay, screw out. And that should pull straight out. There we go. And that's your stock spring. It is very flimsy. It does look a lot like an Elite spring, that's why people swap them over. But it has got a larger diameter than your standard Elite spring. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in this Stampede spring, which it is standalone spring. But you can try to double it if you want to get more out of it. But that will give you a lot of increase on it rather than trying to worry about the compression with 2 springs. So I'm just going to put your straight Stampede spring into it. So when you prime it, there's going to be a lot of movement and a little bit of wobble in the prime, but by the time you get it down to the end, it will make a big difference. So it will feel loose when you first prime it. And this has got a funny shape too, so it only goes in one way, it's not round, so it's got the flat sides there, so it locks in place. So I'm having a bit of fun sorting it. Screw back in. And hopefully, all going well, go together first time, because it can be a bit difficult with all the small moving parts and little springs. So when I've got it locked in, I'll cut the camera and show you the complete picture. And again, you can put your bit of E-tape underneath that O-ring and lock it in place to make it a bit tighter. It's got a little bit of wobble. The reason why this one's a bit shorter is so it doesn't actually sit inside the housing like that one did. That one actually sat inside that orange housing. This one will sit over the top. So you're going to have a bit of wobble on your startup, but by the time it compresses, you're going to get full compression going in there. So let's get it back in place. Hopefully I don't lose all the internals out of it. Like I said, this is definitely one we want a picture of before you start. I've done a couple of these now, and I can tell you, they can be a bit tricky, especially like I said, that little white bit there. Make sure that's hooked up back to your slide so you get the return on your prime. There we go. That's hopefully everything in place. And as soon as I hear those couple of nice snaps, I will cut the video and show you the finished product. Okay, looks like I'm all good to start screwing him back up. Be back with you in a minute. Alright, so this is screwed all back together. And once again, I'll just go over the spring one more time. That is your 8 kilo Stampede spring. I got mine through blastertech.com.au, or they're available through orangemodworks.com. So it's called a Stampede spring, but it's also the same one for Stampede, Fire Strike and Cycloneshock. So if you're looking for a spring and it says Stampede, it will work in this. That's my spare one, so I'll load this up and show you how we go with the upgraded spring in it. Oh, chambered it wrong. There we go. What did I do wrong? I've done something wrong. Oh, see, everyone gets it wrong now and again. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, I'll resolve what the issue was. Inside, good old Google image, that spring on that picture there, mine came out, so I wouldn't let it lock in when it was primed. So, it's a good thing about having pictures. Alright, so let's say this one was done with the Stampede spring, that's the stock one that's just come out, through Orange Modworks and Blastertech. Guys, thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe and share videos, and I will upload a new one every Monday. Thank you very much.